Money making, you know how it go. Vapor chasing, don't get comfortable. All right. Peace and love, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of my brand new series, The Diary of a Jaded Jazz Girl. Now, before we get into deep, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, just show your girl some love so that, this little engine can pick up speed. All right. So now let me tell you why I'm starting this page and what this series is all about. I need some water. Okay, take two. Let me tell you why I'm starting this series. First of all, I always wanted to have a YouTube channel and do this kind of like talking head kind of content. But to be honest, I was afraid. I was afraid of judgment from my peers, my friends, my mom. Hi, Mom. And like potential bookers and potential opportunities. I was afraid that I would turn people off. But something has changed, and I've just reached the point where honestly, I don't care. I started my career as someone that was always preaching, be free, follow your heart, go against the grain. And as the stakes got higher for me, and I lost that freedom, I lost that vulnerability. And now I'm ready to come back to that place of truth, a place where I can open up and be raw and be honest. I've been through a lot of things in my career thus far as a musician, like many of our faves have. Like, I'm not original in that sense whatsoever, but a lot of our favorite artists have succumbed to the dark side of the industry. A lot of people have packed their bags and been like, you know what, I'm out of this thing. And I have decided that I do not want to become a victim of all the misfortunes and mistakes and bad deals, that happen in this industry. I decided that I ain't gonna let that stop me from achieving the things that I know that I can achieve. So the premise of this series is simple. The Diary of a Jaded Jazz Girl is basically me documenting my process, my journey of recording and completing my next album, The Lunacy of Not Believing. The album explores the concept of how crazy is it for us to not believe in ourselves. It's kind of ironic because for the past 4 years, I've been on a journey where I really have experienced really great self-doubt and questioning, why am I even really doing what I'm doing as a musician, as an artist, as a podcaster, as a cultural ambassador? Like, does anybody want what I have to offer? And I think that for me, this album is a opportunity for me to answer that for myself. Like, how dare I not believe in myself? Like, my ancestors, my parents, my family, my loved ones all believe in me and all pour into me. Why can't I do that for myself? Why can't we do that for ourselves? I feel like I am not the only one in the world that feels this way. And I'm like, maybe y'all need to hear this too. The lunacy of not believing. Also the word lunacy, and how when people lose their mind, when people become lunatics, it is said that they were influenced by the moon, la lune. I think that's so beautiful. And my family and I, we've dealt with issues surrounding mental health, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, anxiety. That is something that is not foreign to me and to my family. And I think that is something that we need to talk about. Okay. And those are all the elements that we're going to be exploring on the lunacy of not believing, and so much more. It's definitely a project that has so many layers, and I've been working on it for such a long time, and I'm finally at the final stretch. And I want you guys to come along with me on that journey. Creating this album hasn't been easy. And like I mentioned, I've thought about quitting many, many times. Not only quitting the dream of finishing this album, but quitting music at large. Some of you may know, some of you may not know that I was signed to a record label a few years ago. And unfortunately, the label decided not to pick up the first option. And that really got me down in the dumps. To the world it looked like I was touring and doing festivals and thriving, but really it sent me into a deep depression, y'all. And I realized I need to take a step back and rest. Speaking of rest, shout out to Trisha Hersey, the founder of the Nap Ministry, whose work has changed my life, literally. It helped me realize how I was falling prey to grind culture and really just wearing myself thin and falling and slipping further and further away from my main intention, which is to liberate, empower, allow people to experience different sound waves and ideas and feelings through my music. And so, you know, I am a woman of age. I'm not in my early 20s no more, even though I look good and the skin be skinning. And we are in an ageist industry. Um, that has been another struggle for me. And, I am ready to tackle all of these things. The truth is, I am jaded. And I remember looking up to musicians that are my age when I was in my early 20s and feeling their jaded energy and seeing how just the things that they've held on to block their blessings in their careers and stop them from achieving the things. And I always wondered, like, how you let yourself get like that? Like, just stay positive. Da, 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 da. Well, here I am, y'all, and I'm that girl, but I'm not going to let it keep me down. So this is what this series is all about, documenting little old me and my journey to figure out this music thing. It's sort of like my last ditch effort. I'm like, all right, 2025, I'm going to pour my all into this thing because I want to give myself a chance. I want to be able to say that I really did all the things I needed to do. I went to the gym consistently. I did my meditations. I connected with my spiritual guides. I, nurtured community in a real way. I want to be able to say that I've done all these things. And if it don't work, it don't work. But, at least I can say, you know what? I really did what I needed to do. My journey and getting my finances together. So many musicians, we are negligent to our financial health. I mean, all the different healths, the mental health, physical health, all that stuff. Just being a touring, working musician, it's really easy to let these things slip by. But 2025, I'm just ready to really go head first on really correcting all of these things, some of which are generational curses, and I'm ready to break those. So I invite you to join me on this journey. This is going to be a mix of raw, honest storytelling, behind the scenes looks at the making of The Lunacy of Not Believing. I'll be uploading every week. That's my promise to myself and my promise to you. Whether it's just like a quick 5-minute thing or a longer deep dive, I'll be here creating meaningful and interesting content. That said, thank you so much for tuning in to this very first episode of The Jaded Jazz Girl. Wishing you all a blessed new year. Wishing you guys all of the financial abundance. If you're looking for a husband and a wife, I hope you find them finally. If you're looking to break generational boundaries and really create the life of your dreams, I wish you all only good things, only the best things. We deserve it. We've gone through so much the past few years, and we really need a break. And I feel like 2025 is that break. Amen. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you on the next installment of The Diary of a Jaded Jazz Girl. Peace. Money making, you know how it goes. Vapor chasing, don't get comfortable.